many times have you started the manifestation and you really didn't see anything coming of it? Just was not working. In fact, the situation might have even been getting worse. And you just decided that it's not going to work this time around and let it go. I've done it. I'm pretty sure everyone has at some point in time. But let's talk about that, okay? When we are on the manifesting journey, you have to remember that the energy goes where your thoughts focus it. This means if your thoughts are focusing on, I don't have it, then that's where your energy is going. You don't have it. Your thoughts are right. But this seems to be a bogged down point for a lot of people. They get so caught up in the, it isn't here, it isn't here, it isn't here, that they fail to see that they are creating more, it isn't here. So I was talking to a client of mine about this, and he's going through a rough patch with his manifestations, and he was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've lost my job. I don't have any money. I'm going to have to sell my house. Everything is falling apart. And I said, well, honey, how much time are you spending focusing on how everything's falling apart? He said, I think about it all the time. I can't stop thinking about it. Okay, there's your problem. Your manifestation is what you're thinking about. He said, but I tried manifesting it and nothing worked, and I don't know what to do. So let's suppose that you're in a situation and you go to your kitchen tap and you turn on the water and nothing comes out. Maybe you try the bathroom faucet. Nothing comes out there either. Do you automatically assume that this means that there's no water anywhere? Do you assume that this means that the reservoir that supplies water for your entire town has gone dry and no one has any water at all? Or do you thunk yourself on the head because you forgot to pay the water bill? This is what's happening with your manifestation when you block yourself. You get so hung up on there's no water coming out of the tap that you completely forgot that there's an entire reservoir of water just waiting for you to access it and bring it in. And like I said, this is a really, really common problem. But what happens is basically the problem becomes the problem. The more that you are focused on what isn't here, the more isn't here is going to be your reality. The more you dwell on the problem, the more you're focused on what is wrong with the situation, you can't fix it because you're caught up in it. And yes, while you do want to understand why you are where you are, focusing on the negative does nothing but mire you down in the negative. Focusing your awareness on what has been keeps you stuck where you are and keeps you from moving forward. So what do we do about this? I mean, it's a common problem. There has to be some solution, right? You have to remember manifestation is outcome oriented. It is future focused. When you are manifesting, your current circumstances do not matter because these are the circumstances you manifested in the past. You're manifesting for the future, not for the past. This is why you have to focus on the new experience that is coming in, the new job that is coming, the new source of finances that are coming, the new whatever it is that is coming in. You do not want to pay your attention on the negative circumstances surrounding you now that you manifested in the past. You want to focus your attention on the beneficial circumstances that you're moving towards. Otherwise, you will never take that step forward. When you focus on your attention on the new experience you're creating, you're thinking about how you'll feel when it's a part of your life. You will start focusing on that feeling, not on the feeling of desperation and stuckness where you are now, but on the feeling of where I'm going to be, how it's going to feel for this to be your normal life, how you know that you've achieved your goal. And by projecting yourself into that positive future, you free yourself from the negative influences of the past. And you open yourself up to that manifestation coming in any way it needs to approach you. You can't do anything about the fact that the water bill was late and the water got turned off. That has already happened. You can make the arrangement to get the water turned back on, even if it's a delayed payment, so that you can tap into that abundance of water that is in the city reservoir. Just because you're temporarily cut off does not mean it is a permanent situation, and does not mean you think it is the only situation. When I was homeless, there were many times when my method of getting a shower was going to the gym down the street. In fact, I kept a gym membership specifically so I could take hot showers. Just because the manifestation is not in the exact form you need does not mean it is what you are stuck in. You always focus on where you're going, not where you're stuck. Because focusing on where you're stuck only leads to being stuck even worse.
Boober would like to remind you to please boop the like button. Thank you.
I'm Marna. Hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you on the next video.